everyone, and welcome back to Clothesline. My name is Oren, and this is our Royal Rumble review. In case you don't know, here's how it goes. I'm going to talk about each and every one of the matches that took place this past Sunday, give my thoughts, my overall review of the match, and then in the end I'm going to give this event a score between 1 till 10, and there's even a 0 if the show was a complete catastrophe. And luckily, it wasn't. We started things off at the kickoff show. We had a championship match for the women's tag team titles between the champions Charlotte Flair and Asuka taking on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Not a lot that I can say about the match. I thought the match was good, it served its purpose, it showed story progression, with the fact that Lacey Evans cost Charlotte Flair the tag team titles. And the outcome makes sense. There's no reason for Charlotte and Asuka to be tag team champions. Now Charlotte can continue her feud against Lacey Evans, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler as tag team champions still works for me. The next matchup was for the WWE Championship between Drew McIntyre taking on Goldberg. And yeah, that was a match. The only thing that I knew, the only thing that I was positive about this match was that it will be less than 5 minutes. And if you time it from the moment the bell rings, the match is 2.5 minutes. Even if you include all the shenanigans beforehand, the match is still less than 5 minutes. And I swear I almost had a heart attack when Goldberg hit that jackhammer, but luckily Drew McIntyre kicked out at 2. In the end, it's a Claymore to finish the matchup. Drew McIntyre beats the curse, he beats Goldberg and retains the championship. A good decision overall. Goldberg, I like you, buddy, but come on, you gotta stay away from the title picture from now on. If you want to bring him back for nostalgic appearances and short matches against anybody else, be my guest. But as a top contender for a world title, you don't need to. The next matchup on the card was between Sasha Banks and Carmella with her sommelier Reginald by her side. Once again, another good match, another decent matchup. It's basically the same as their match at TLC, and Carmella once again showing how much she has improved in the ring. I am so happy to see that. But in the end, even with Reginald's help and assistance, it's for no avail. Sasha Banks is able to retain that women's championship. So Sasha retains the championship. It wasn't Carmella's time, but still Carmella showing us how much she's improved in the ring, on the mic, in her promos, in her gimmick. I like it. The next matchup was the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, I'm not going to talk about the entire Rumble match. I'm only going to talk about specific points that happened during the Rumble itself. First off, Bayley as the #1 entrant. I thought it was a stroke of brilliance to put her in as the first participant in the Rumble. Number 2, we get Naomi. But the thing is, Naomi basically didn't have any major spots during the match. She was just in there for like almost 50 minutes. And she only had that last spot with Bianca when she almost fell out of the ring. And that, that amazing save. And that was it. So why enter her at number 2 only for that specific spot? As far as I can remember, she wasn't involved in any elimination. She was just in the ring for almost 50 minutes doing nothing. Nothing against Naomi. I think she's a great competitor and wrestler. But still, if you don't have any vital spots for her to do during the match, why enter her at number 2 as opposed to Bayley? Because throughout Bayley's tenure in the Rumble, she had amazing spots. Now, before I talk about the eventual winner of this Rumble matchup, I have to talk about my Rumble MVP, without a doubt, Billie Kay. Billie Kay was amazing. Seriously, give that woman anything she wants. She was amazing. She was hysterical. Her commentary during each of the entrances were just laughing out loud, and then every time that someone comes in, she tries to pull out a resume, give it to her, and form some kind of a tag team. Some kind of union before the Rumble itself. I was laughing my pants off. Billie Kay, you are a treasure. We get a couple of surprise entrants from NXT like Shotzi Blackheart and Santana Garrett, Amber Moon, and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley makes her triumphant return ever since she lost to Raquel Gonzalez on NXT. I'm glad to see her. She was one of my favorite picks to win the whole thing. Then the entrance after her was Charlotte Flair. One thing that irritated me about this is that Charlotte enters the ring and there's no stare down with Rhea Ripley. I mean, have we forgotten what happened last year? There should have been a stare down. There should have been a story told about Ripley wanting to get even with Charlotte. It didn't happen. Maybe at the end was something, but still, it didn't happen. We got a couple of legends coming into the Royal Rumble, like Alicia Fox and Jillian Hall and Victoria. Now, I'm all for women's wrestling. I wanted them to get a chance to shine ever since the whole division was established. But the whole thing with the 24/7 championship was an atrocity. It was an atrocity. It was a slap in the face to the women's division. How can I take the Rumble match seriously when you're jamming in that 24/7 segments into the match itself? You did it before, back in Hell in a Cell 2019, the whole shtick during the women's tag title match, and they really deserve better. I mean, just to get Alicia Fox to win the 24/7 title during the Rumble match, was it really necessary? They deserve a whole lot better than that. We also get Lana coming back and finally gets even with Nia Jax. Yeah, remember that storyline? They finally found closure because Lana eliminated Nia Jax. So redemption for Lana. Good for her. Seriously, I'm happy for Lana that she at least got that moment. The final two were Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, and after a back and forth battle, Bianca Belair wins the Royal Rumble. Gee, I wonder who said and thought that she should win the Royal Rumble. I have no idea. Can't believe I'm saying this, but the right person won the Royal Rumble. Who would have thought? Like I said in that video before, they need to establish new stars. They should put a rocket and strap it on Bianca's back and shoot it straight to the moon. And there was no better choice of doing that than Bianca Belair. Then we get a musical performance by Bad Bunny. And the next matchup on the card was between Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship in a last man standing match. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I hate this feud. I don't like this feud. I wanted this feud to end. But once again, I gotta give credit where credit is due. This match was amazing. The sheer brutality that Kevin Owens goes through when Roman Reigns just keeps throwing him through tables and Kevin doing swanton bombs and getting hit by a car. Yeah, he got run over by a golf cart. Owens, are you okay? I'm giving him mad props. Kevin Owens gave out anything he could for this match and for the opportunity to win the championship against Roman Reigns, but once again, it was for no avail. Near the end of the match, Kevin Owens is able to handcuff Roman Reigns to some kind of a pole, and he is stuck there on the ground. The referee is counting. He reaches 9 when Roman grabs the referee, throws him into that pole, and the referee is unconscious. From there, Kevin Owens is nowhere to be seen. Paul Heyman shows up with the key to those handcuffs, and then there was a botch because it took him like forever to release him from those handcuffs. Then another referee shows up, starts to count, then he stops the count. Why bring another referee before Roman is able to get free of those handcuffs? It's basic TV editing. And then afterwards, Roman Reigns locked in that guillotine on Kevin Owens. He's left unconscious, can't rise up to the count of 10, and Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. I'm hoping this feud is over, but still, an amazing performance by both men, especially Kevin Owens. I am applauding you, sir. Then we get to our main event, the Men's Royal Rumble, and this was one hell of a match. First of all, they announced on backstage that Randy Orton will be number 1 and Edge will be number 2. Then Edge comes in at number 1 and they switched it. What was the point of that? I have no idea. And this was a good story. I swear I was swerved myself. Randy Orton comes in at number 2. Edge is coming out to beat the hell out of him. More entrants join the fray. Sami Zayn, Mustafa Ali, Dolph Ziggler, Jeff Hardy. Then when Edge is attacking Randy Orton on the outside, he hits him with a chair on his knee and Randy is incapacitated. He's incapacitated. They're selling this as a legitimate injury, and I swear I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Of course, I bought it. Randy is taken to the backstage area, and I believed it up until that point where they showed us Randy backstage. That's when I knew this was an angle. Because if this was serious, they would have taken him to the hospital. A couple of more cool points during the Rumble. Number 1, Shinsuke Nakamura finally gets rid of that Elvis costume. Carlito's back, and it's awesome. Sorry, it's cool. He has a good showing in the Rumble, not that long, but still a good showing. There's a spot where Miz destroys the DJ set of Bad Bunny. He walks into the Royal Rumble. Bad Bunny comes out to confront him. Damian Priest eliminates Miz and Morrison, and from there, Bad Bunny climbs up top rope and jumps on top of Miz and Morrison. A couple of more entries make their way in. It's Kane. Kane? Really? You're a mayor, for goodness sake. Aren't you supposed to take care of your town during a pandemic or something? Baron Corbin walks into the Royal Rumble and doing a couple of eliminations of his own, taking out Nakamura and Otis. Then Dominic Mysterio comes in and he eliminates Corbin. A little payback for the past few weeks on SmackDown. But then Lashley comes in and eliminates Dominic. Why not keep Dominic in the match until his father arrives? We never got the chance to see father and son going at it at the Royal Rumble. What a wasted opportunity. We get a Hurricane cameo. Why? And then Christian, Captain Charisma's back. There was that moment when he walks into the ring and he hugs Edge. I swear I teared up again. Number 29 in the Rumble was Seth Rollins as the Messiah. With the overflow heels on SmackDown, it would make sense for him to turn face again and then be the number 1 face facing Roman Reigns. I don't see why the heel persona of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns should coexist on SmackDown. It just doesn't make sense to me. Just gonna move on to the closing moments of the Rumble. We had 4 men in the ring, Christian and Edge, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Rollins is able to eliminate Christian and Braun Strowman, and then Edge is able to take out Seth Rollins. We all thought he won, and then Randy Orton comes in out of nowhere. He comes in, RKO to Edge. He tries to throw him out. Edge reverses it, eliminates Orton, and Edge wins the 2021 Royal Rumble. Alright, and here's the thing. I like Edge. I love Edge. I'm happy he's back. But even though this was a good story, even though it was tremendous to see him going at #1 and lasting all the way through, why is this man winning the Rumble? If I'm going to critique Goldberg and other part-timers getting championship matches, Edge is in that same spot. You want to come back and wrestle? Great. You want to have great feuds again? Great. Why are you in the title picture? You might say that Edge won because WWE didn't put a lot of effort into building anyone. And whose fault is that? Even though the comeback story, 10 years in the making, wanted to win the championship he never lost. When there are a lot of young, hungry superstars that deserve this opportunity. Again, nothing against Edge. I think he's great. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy for him. It was a good story, but I would prefer to see someone else win the Rumble. Someone new, someone fresh, someone who hasn't had the chance to be in the world title picture. But it is what it is. So my overall review of the Rumble and final score, I have to say this was a pretty good Rumble. We had good matches. I was not disappointed with the outcome. I would have preferred something else in the men's Royal Rumble, but still it was a good story to be told. So overall, I'm going to give this event a 7.5 out of 10. Now the road to WrestleMania begins. And that is our review. Now we would like to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with our score? What did you think about the 2021 Royal Rumble? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And also, if you want to stay notified when I'm uploading these videos, hit a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button. And I'll see you next time with another Clothesline review. Thank you for watching.